It was something that starts in the island. It was a group of people from the island that thought about it. It was several offices connecting together, working together, that presents the application to UNESCO and asks for the vineyards to be considered World Heritage. So I think it made all the difference to be recognized as World Heritage, so that we could have all the offices being connected to the EU and created the programs that we had, the Vintage program, and to have the chance to invest and to bring those vineyards back to producing, and so that today we can have the quality of wines we have again being made.
What changed the most was when Azores Wine Company came to Azores to do wine. They start to do more marketing and they show to the world that this exists. And they increase the price of the wine, so therefore the grapes also increase the price. Well, the winemakers altogether, they do some pressure on the politics as well, so I guess the winemakers are the ones that make more change in the course of this.
There are three type of grapes that produce the DO wines. It's Verdelho, and the Verdelho here in Azores had two sons, the Rinto dos Açores and Terrantes do Pico. These two kind of grapes are exclusively Azorean grapes, not in any part of the world.
With these grapes you can produce different styles of wines, like sparkling wines, regular wines, and liquorose wines, fortified wines. It depends of the year.
They're recognized to be very special kind of varieties that result into a wonderful white wine.
Very fresh wines with high acidity. With this salty character.
All the producers working with the Southampton grapes always have amazing results in terms of their wines. You know, the idea that we had that the white wines can only be drank while they're young, they don't age, they're not good wines to age. And in here, because of the very balanced acidity that our wines have, they do age.
You can consume a bottle of wine after 10, 12, 15, 20 years, and is also good, even better.
The fact that we didn't have soil, we pretty much had volcanic rock, ended up by being the most precious thing that we had later on. Imagining that we had all this line coast of Pico covered in vineyards and producing wine, and the tons and tons of barrels that were produced until the phylloxera attacked the vineyards in here. So it was a chance to recognize all that effort that the first settlers had, the resilience that people had, and the suffering they had to make this island pretty much handmade.
We are in a cool region in the middle of the Atlantic, volcanic islands, very young islands. The vineyards are planted close to the ocean, because if we go inside in the island or at night, we have a lot of problems with humidity, rains, disease. So the vineyards must be close to the ocean, too far away possible from the mountain, to get more direct sunlight. The plants must grow close to the rocks, close to the soil, to get protect from the winds. But close to the ocean, we have a problem. If we have a storm in the spring, the wind with salt can burn all the plants. So it's the reason that the old people, they make all these walls to protect the plants. The reason is protection from the winds, especially the winds that come from the ocean with salt. In some harvests we have rain in the picking season, so with rains in these years it's very difficult to get healthy grapes. So these years are perfect for liquorose wines. When we have better grapes, we can make all the styles of wine and very wine.
This is the best island because it's more rock, dry. The other islands are more humid. And if we have problems already in this island, the other ones are going to be hard.
We have an old saying that says that in 5 years you have one good, two medium, two bad. The last 5 years is also worst because we had 2023, it was a medium year, but the last good year was 2019. So 20, 21 and 22, they were bad. Now we had some rain, heavy rain at the floration, when the floration occurs, and some kind of diseases like mildew affect the production. And now we have one problem that it's a problem every year, that is the birds eat a lot. So we have a little decrease from last year because of the diseases, and now we have a decrease because of the birds. Even today, some guys call me saying that it's all eaten by the birds. So that's why we produce so little. But the wine is good. So if the grapes were not good, the birds will not eat it. And if you produce less, you gotta sell it more expensively.
We get some rats, some lizards, rabbits, birds. Yeah. What we do here is you see this? This was put here before. This was without the rock, and the grapes sometimes are touching the ground. So we do this job, which is lifting the grapes. Oh yeah. See, there's another rock here.
The other difficulty is our density of plants in the vine is very low, so we only have 2,000 plants in 1 hectare, so the production is very low. It's very expensive and low production. It's the reason of our wines can't be cheap. Because every day people was in the vineyards and we take care of the plants from other way. The production is completely dependent of man's work.
Having a small business, a big business is difficult, a small business it's a struggle every day.
It's very important for us to work with markets that they know the reality of this. It's not just buying a bottle and assuming it comes from a vineyard like any place else. Most of our clients that buy our wines, distribution like Japan, United States, United Kingdom, Norway, Taiwan, they have come here because in the beginning they try to say, oh, wine is kind of expensive, it's hard to work this. Okay, come here and we talk better. When they come here, they don't talk about price anymore. They realize it's really tough and it's unique.
We have less wine produced than the market wants to buy. That's good because it allows us to sell much more expensive. But the main countries that we export is the north of Europe and America, because of our immigration guys that are there. So the sentiment of the land, and they tend to buy those kind of wines.
Being volcanic wines to start, it's been bringing a lot of critics of wines, professionals from the area coming in to know more about it because they've been amazed with the quality of the wine that we're producing in here. And as all our colleagues, our wines have been the same. We've been, even though we're a very small producer, we were one of the first to start producing wine, and they were always recognized since the beginning. The idea was not just to be a business, but to be in fact an adega hosting the visitors. So that's why we have a very nice collection also in the museum, representing a little bit of the history of the way of living people.
one of the preoccupations that we have in the future is to how to sell well sold with good prices that quantity of wine that we are not used to have. So that's one of the main preoccupations that we have. The other is to maintain this area in production, because it's difficult here, since we don't have much labor. We don't have much guys that are dedicated to this kind of activity. So we have few population dedicated to this kind of job, and it's for the future. We got to attractive more young guys to this activity that we think that has future.
Well, everything we're doing right now is something to leave for our next generations to be proud, to know more about our history, and to be aware of the capacity that our wines have to be developing in here.
I think we cannot grow any more because we don't have enough wine for the world. Wine is already too famous. What we can do is increase the prices even more and calm down the purchase. It needs a lot of experimentation. There's several clones that we don't know. We don't have a mother field for Arintos Açores and Terrantes do Pico without viruses or diseases. We don't have native reds. It's all French grapes like Merlot and Syrah. We need to work on the reds, find a variety that suits, and it's Portuguese.
Most of the local producers still follows this practices out of love, out of just to keep up the tradition, and especially now with all this renovation that just happened and this breed, we thought now it's going back. Now we have the chance and the conditions to develop a nice production of wine back, and every year something new comes and some new problems keep coming.
And we have three things in the bottle of wine. We have a good product in there. We have almost 600 years of history, and we have an heritage landscape that is classified by UNESCO also. So we have everything to sell, and we have everything to promote a very good wine. So we gotta attract those young guys.
It's impossible to make a wine like this in other parts of the world.